Good afternoon. It's Saturday, July 25th, 2026, and this is Creative Greenness. My smart radiation cancer therapy zaps my PSA down to 2.3, while Trump's age of stupid strategy drives oil to over $100 a barrel. Nothing but good news as the smell of the pungent pony permeates the planet. Now, I was already feeling pretty damn good even before I went on the Unio group patient portal to get my first post radiation PSA number on Wednesday. It was 2.3, and I like that number. We'll see what my urologist says about it on Monday when I meet, on Zoom, of course, with him. Now, that's a significant drop from the PSA of 5.4 that caused me to have an MRI last October and a biopsy in January. Now, here we are just 7 months after the biopsy showed I had prostate cancer, and I'm already 3 months post treatment and seeing positive results. I know from my research not to memorize that 2.3 number because it's going to change every few months as I have new blood tests. Radiation therapy doesn't kill all of the cells in the prostate gland, so it's not expected to cause the PSA to drop to an undetectable level like prostate removal surgery is supposed to do. PSA levels after radiation usually drop slowly and don't reach their lowest level until 2 years or more after treatment. And there's often this phenomenon called the PSA bounce that sometimes happens after you get external beam radiation, like I had. PSA levels rise slightly for a short time within the first couple of years after treatment, but then they are supposed to go back down. Doctors aren't sure why this happens, and I don't know either, but it doesn't affect your prognosis. Knowing what to expect is a huge advantage and not freaking out, and I'm making the smart strategic decisions moving forward. When you don't know what to expect, you get Iran shutting down the Strait of Hormuz and the Houthis shutting down the Red Sea, and Joe taking on the news like this. Joe Stradamus says, expect more idiocracy from the extreme obscene regime as the master of faster disaster responds by pouring it on in much the same way pyromaniacs pour on the gasoline atop wildfires. For example, little Mario Two Jobs declared just this week that Trump's strategy is, quote, a head for an eye, unquote. Based on past experience, he's no doubt talking about lettuce and potatoes, the price of both of which have gone sky high. Speaking of gasoline, even if American drivers are willing to bend over and pay any price for gas, the rest of the world, like me, can smell the pony. That's why they're making the switch to solar, batteries, and EVs, which you wisely already read about in my last article. What? You didn't? No sweat. I'll tell you what I wrote. As the shit hits the fan, I'm smelling a pony. Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat isn't just for Ukraine and Iran anymore. Yes, it's horrific that so many innocent, undisturbing people are being killed in the Ukraine and in Iran because of the failed leadership of warmongers Putin, Netanyahu, and Trump. But look at the bright side. The Ukraine is blowing up Russian oil infrastructure every single day and sinking Russian shadow fleet ships. And they're now reaching Moscow with drones and missiles. Looks like they now have plenty of cards to me, while the good old USA keeps having a draw four. Likewise, the USA is daily blowing up oil infrastructure in Iran, while Iran blows up oil facilities in Kuwait, Bahrain, the UAE, and Iraq. Boom goes the dynamite. That's a whole lot of dirty, polluting operations being put out of business very fast. I'm celebrating because every one of those facilities is a proven death machine that needs to be turned off yesterday. And that's damn good news to me. Likewise, so is what's happening, or should I say, not happening, in the Strait of Hormuz. It's open, it's closed, it's free, there's a toll. Iran is in charge, the U.S. is in charge. The war is over, the war is back on. We won, we lost, it's over. It will go on forever. Either way, most ships are stuck and some are getting attacked and sunk. Glug, glug, motherfuckers, say I. The environmental mess that we'll make is nothing compared to a lifetime of bunker fuel emissions. The even better news is that all of the above is maximizing the transition to solar, wind, and batteries all around the world. As those renewable prices just keep dropping lower and lower, the technology continually improves, and it all just keeps working and working. More good news I'm smelling in the pile of shit? Well, here in the divided states of America, Donald Trump's cabal of destroyers and death merchants are set to be the ones we blame for the super El Nino, which is on the way. How could we not? Joe Stradamus says it's going to be wild. Super El Nino is going to put another nail in the drill baby drill choir because so many Americans have been mind controlled by the oil, coal, gas industry for so long. It's going to be a real surprising smack across their faces as the unnatural disasters keep piling up and the climate chaos continues to hit them like a heat dome that just won't leave. And I say, bring it on. The sooner the better, since that's going to be the only way that drives ordinary people to action. And I've been waiting for ordinary people to wake up for decades now as they continue to sleep. Only someone trying to rob or rape you while you are sleeping thinks that you being woke is a bad thing. That's why they use the date rape drug called Fox News to keep you unresponsive and doped up. Me? I say wake up and smell that shit they've been flooding the zone with, because inside that stench there's a pony waiting for you to ride the clean, green way to turn off the gas. One place the pony is grazing is at Bright Saver, where they're selling plug-in solar systems at cost to members who pay $29 a year to save $213 on a balcony solar kit. Guess who's already a member? Want to ride the pony yourself? Check out how others are already getting their rides.
Agnes Chan is a retired teacher in Berkeley, California. She wanted to install solar panels on her home, but was limited by her fixed income budget.
I've looked for a long time and even consulted my roofer, but there's no way that I can afford that.
So she found a cheaper workaround and is one of the newest adopters of plug-in solar. She hopes to rein in bills that run into the hundreds, even with a thermostat set to 60.
It's a great house that I have lived in for over 35 years, but there's no way to insulate it. So I'm shivering in my own house.
Instead of tens of thousands of dollars for rooftop solar, Chan's setup costs $400 and took less than an hour to install.
This is the app which will show me how much the panel is generating.
And rather than taking a decade or so to pay it back, it will likely take her 2 to 3 years.
We are systematically removing the barriers.
Cora Stryker co-leads the nonprofit that provided Chan with her panels.
So, shut down the entire Middle East oil supply and set Russia's oil industry ablaze, say I, because that's what it's going to take to put solar, wind, and batteries everywhere, and trade in the internal combustion engine gas burners for electric versions. And only by turning off the gas and switching to cleaner, more reliable, affordable energy will we save our younger generations from the pain, depression, and misery that is a guaranteed bet if y'all don't smell the pony and jump on its back. This is Joe Galliani, your creative genius, saying, that's it for today.